Ever hear a whisper in the dark and think, that's a tomorrow problem? Welcome to Not My Ghost, Not My Problem, where hosts Jen and Kelly share listener-submitted ghost stories, haunted places, and chilling mysteries, all with a wicked sense of humor. It's spooky, it's hilarious, and it might just make you second-guess that shadow in the corner. Believer or skeptic, there's always room around their campfire. Search for Not My Ghost, Not My Problem on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. Hit play, and remember, it's only your problem if you acknowledge it. Research and recording of Canadian creepies happens on the shared land and traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe peoples, many of whom continue to live and work here today. This territory is covered by the Upper Canada Treaties. A key treaty governing this territory is the Dish with One Spoon Agreement. This treaty between the Anishinaabe, Mississaugas, and Haudenosaunee people binds them to share and protect the land. Subsequent Indigenous nations and peoples, settlers, and all newcomers have been invited into this treaty in the spirit of peace, friendship, and respect. We all share the responsibility of ensuring the dish is never empty, meaning we must take care of the land and the creatures we share in it. Cody Legebokoff is one of Canada's youngest serial killers. He was convicted in 2014 by the British Columbia Supreme Court of murdering 3 women and 1 teenage girl between 2009 and 2010.
3's enough.
What?
3's enough.
3 is enough. Yes, 3's enough to be a serial killer. And as I just said that, I was wondering, what are the, like, I don't know, I guess I don't know the exact numbers. I guess 3 is enough to be considered a serial killer in Canada.
3 or more.
3 or more.
And you're just a murderer before that?
Oh, you're just a regular.
I'm guessing.
You're just a regular old murderer.
You're just a murderer. Yeah.
One of Cody's victims was 23-year-old Natasha Lynn Montgomery, and she has been included on the list of missing women and girls suspected as victims in the Highway of Tears murders. Have you heard of those?
No.
We're going to have to do, I'll get into them a little bit.
Highway of...
Yeah, the Highway of Sobs. Highway of Sadness. The Highway of
really
Tears
sad.
murders. It is really sad.
Yeah.
He is sometimes referred to mistakenly as Canada's youngest serial killer, but that is actually Peter Woodcock.
Again with the last names.
Yeah, it's really good last names.
Woodcock.
Peter Woodcock.
Okay.
We'll have to do an episode on him as well.
Okay.
But he brutally murdered 3 children in Toronto when he was 18.
Dang. Like, what's with the kids? I'm always like, what is with the kid targets?
I don't know.
Like, you're 18 and you're going after kids. Why?
Something just didn't develop, right?
Yeah. I'm always intrigued by that kind of stuff too. The developmental process of someone's brain function. I don't know what it is that makes someone go cuckoo, but maybe you could go into that one episode.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's like, I think we've done a pretty good job in the past few episodes talking about, like, Evelyn Dick had a bad upbringing. Like, she had a very toxic upbringing. Yeah. But then when we get into Cody, you're going to see he didn't really have that bad of an upbringing, and neither did, who else was it? Clifford Olsen didn't have that bad of an upbringing.
No, so maybe the, not the anatomy, the, you know what I'm talking about.
I do know.
The brain stuff.
The brain stuff. The stuff that goes on in the brain. Is it
brain
nature?
Thingies.
Yeah, nature versus nurture.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We can talk deeper into that.
We are likely going to do a multi-part episode on the Highway of Tears because it's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
But I think it is important to talk about missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls every single time it intersects with a case. So I'll just get a little bit into the Highway of Tears.
Sorry, side note on the Indigenous murders. I was thinking the other day, I wonder how many murders and just cover-ups there actually are.
Right?
So many, I bet.
So many.
Thousands.
And incomprehensible.
Tens of thousands.
I mean, especially when you think about
maybe
residential schools as well.
I'm including the residential schools in the tens of thousands of numbers.
And I was thinking we should do an episode on residential schools.
We should.
Because that counts as a Canadian creepy.
It does. And I actually want to learn more about it.
Yeah.
And you're passionate about the Indigenous culture. I'm actually I'm passionate about learning about it more.
Yeah.
And I know there's some sadistic shit that went on, and
totally. And it's all in an effort for colonization, like that. And the First Nations peoples who were here, that is Canada's history.
Yes.
What we did as white people is not, it's part of Canada's history, but it's not like the true land history.
Yeah.
Does
and
that
you need
make
to
sense?
expose. This is a platform that we need to expose some of those sick fucks out there.
We are going to expose. I love that. You were just so intense. We're going to expose some of those sick fucks out there.
Maybe Trudeau's dad. Pierre
Elliott Trudeau.
Pierre Elliott Trudeau. We can expose that dead.
Yeah, because I think it was under him that residential school started.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We have a schedule,
yeah. We have lots of things, but I did want to, I was thinking about, the other day I was thinking about like how we're doing serial killers and stuff. And then I was looking up something like funny Canadian to do, like a little segment we're going to do after we go through the case. But that made me think about how I also want to make sure we're not like being like Canada's the best country ever, like we just are so nice all the time, because we're not. Do you know what I mean?
We definitely aren't.
I even thought about maybe doing an episode like talking about harm our corporations have caused overseas, like our mining corporations.
I bet,
because that's a Canadian creepy as well.
There's things that we can be proud of for sure as for a country. Sure. I mean, we're multicultural. I'll always stand behind that, but like the indigenous, that's a great topic for us to talk about, or for you to talk about and me to listen and learn, or to give my own insight if I think there's something that I want to research. But I'd like to learn more about that, because that's where there's cover-ups, and that's where the poor indigenous cultures out there that don't get the respect and representation that they need,
or like their rightful land.
The rightful land. I have a couple of friends that I'll talk more, but I've got one friend who's actually involved right now in it's not a lawsuit. I guess it is a lawsuit maybe, but her tribe is being, it's a lawsuit where there's, it's the lump sum is like a couple $1 million, and it's going to be divided between however many people are in this.
That would be great for them.
She gets like 1,000, like everybody gets like 1,000. Yes, but
get your bag.
That's kind of interesting. I'll ask more. That could be my little research thing.
Yeah,
I'll find out more about that. But
I would love to know more about that.
The drinking water and all that. We could just go so deep into it. Yeah,
so deep.
Carry on.
I'm glad we had that little segment.
Yeah, that was good.
The Highway of Tears is a 719 kilometer corridor of Highway 16. So Highway 16 is between Prince George and Prince Rupert in British Columbia, Canada. Okay. So it's basically 720 kilometers of nothing. Just
dang.
Like wilderness.
How scenic would that be?
It'd be beautiful.
Beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful. This highway is really remote, and there are still parts of it without cell service. In 2022, 30% of the highway still had no cell service. So like, That's out there. Nobody knows how many women have disappeared on this highway.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? Because 720 kilometers of just...
A lot can happen. And a lot can not be talked about.
That's right. Multiple people have been convicted in cases related to the Highway of Tears. Cody Legebokoff being one of them. This has been the location of crimes against women beginning in 1970 when the highway was completed. The phrase Highway of Tears was coined during a vigil held in Terrace, BC in 1988 by Florence Naziel. I'm sorry if I'm saying that last name incorrectly. But they were thinking of the victims' families crying over their loved ones.
Okay.
So that's why it's named Highway of Tears.
It's really sad.
It is so sad.
Lots of tears, I bet.
It's also sad because there are a disproportionately high number of Indigenous women on the list of victims. Hence the association with the missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls movement. Proposed explanations for the years-long endurance of the crimes and limited progress in identifying culprits include poverty, drug abuse, widespread domestic violence, disconnection with traditional culture, and disruption of the family unit through the foster care system and Canadian residential school system. And that point that I just made in itself is like its own episode.
Literally.
That is a Canadian creepy, what we did.
I'm so ashamed of us for that.
Poverty in particular leads to low rates of vehicle ownership and mobility. So basically there are a lot of hitchhiking people. That's how they're getting around.
It's so risky on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many hitchhiking because it's the only way for many to travel vast distances to see family, go to school, work, or even seek medical treatment.
Wait, this is back in the day. Or this is current.
Now.
This is now, yeah.
This is
but
now.
I feel like back in the day maybe wasn't so sketchy because everybody did it.
Yeah, a lot of people did hitchhike.
Yeah, but now it's like, you know, the dangers because it's just gotten... Well, Ted Bundy was like a hitchhiking...
Yeah, and Ivan Milat in Australia.
Yeah.
Shout out Australia.
Yeah, and for people to have to do that now, I don't know.
It's sad.
It's sad, yeah.
Nobody should have to
do
hitchhike.
that. No.
To go see their family.
No.
It's like, oh, I want to go see my aunt.
Yeah.
Then you have to hitchhike.
Dang.
So sad. Lack of public transportation between communities was at one time a major factor. Another factor leading to unsolved disappearances is that the area is largely isolated and remote. And lastly, soft soil in many areas makes burial easier, and carnivorous scavengers often carry away human remains. So not only is it easy to scoop somebody up on the highway of tears, it's fairly, you hate to say disposing of somebody's body is easy in any context.
Yeah, but I mean, if the soil, if it's... Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, there's bears out there.
Yeah.
Wolves, coyotes.
Nature can help you in that sense, which is
rural BC.
Yeah.
Thick woods.
Yeah.
Thick with two C's.
Yeah.
Thick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nature, if you're a serial killer or just a murderer.
Any killer or
nature is with you on that one.
Yes, absolutely.
And poor nature.
Poor nature.
They're not even trying to we're not trying to get nature.
The trees are just like, wow, what a lovely day. Not another murder.
Yeah, exactly.
Those poor pine trees.
Yeah. The bear's just
all
like...
set for this year's Christmas?
Yes. The bear's just like, I was just eating to be eating. I didn't know.
I was just hungry. The average age of male serial killer starts killing is 27.
Ugh.
Right? As well, usually they ramp up starting with smaller crimes. Cody is unusual because this was not him. He was 19 and had a relatively stable home life.
They always get me. My mind is always like, why? How?
It's got to be the entitlement. It's
the entitlement and lack of something.
Yeah, lack of empathy. He's just a sociopath.
Yeah.
Cody Legebokoff was born January 21st, 1990. So what were we... So he is exactly the year we were born. So what were we doing when we were 19? Not serial killing.
Not serial killing.
I was at the bars.
Drinking I was drinking myself into an oblivion.
That's exactly what we were doing.
Yeah. Of horrible decisions. Smoking.
Yes, we loved cigarettes back then.
Loved cigarettes.
We've since quit.
Yeah.
But back then, back in 2009,
yeah.
Cigarettes
and booze and not killing.
Yeah, not killing. Anything but killing. We were too hungover to be killing.
Too hungover. McDonald's was my friend back then.
BFF.
Yeah, BFF. Yeah.
Cody was raised in Fort St. James, which is a municipality in rural BC. It's about 10 hours from Vancouver.
Okay.
He's been described by friends and family as a popular young man who competed in ice hockey, was a member of the school snowboarding team, and showed no propensity for violence.
Wow.
True Crime Canada on YouTube is amazing, and I watched her video on Cody Legebokoff, and
have you used her before? Have you?
Yes. Yeah, I mentioned her.
Mentioned her before.
She's great.
Yeah, she sounds great for references.
Yeah, she's great. Very thorough. She had not large portions. There were a lot of things said in her video that spoke to Cody's character from family members, in particular his grandfather. I'm just not interested in speaking to...
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I just wanted to say that. So if you're interested in learning more about his character, please refer to the Cody Legebokoff video from True Crime Canada. He did have a minor criminal record, but
Here we go.
Yeah, but he was by no means on the radar of the local police. After graduating from Fort St. James Secondary School, he lived briefly in Lethbridge, Alberta. And in Lethbridge, he shared an apartment with 3 close female friends and worked in the parts department at the Ford dealership. They were all close friends from high school. In his spare time, he used a Canadian social networking site I've never heard of called Nexopia. Have you heard of it?
No, I've never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Listeners, have you heard of Nexopia?
Nexopia.
We have never heard of it. Apparently, it's comparable to MySpace, and his handle was One Country Boy.
One Country Boy.
Like the number 1 country boy.
MySpace was brilliant.
MySpace was brilliant. Now,
Nexopia.
Nexopia, yeah. You might have gotten 2 new users here.
Yeah.
And
One Country Boy. Okay.
With a handle name like that. Number 1 Canadian creep.
Yeah.
Cody was very active on Nexopia. Like, he loved it. He was about it. From what we can gather, he used it a lot to speak to the ladies. But he did have a girlfriend.
Sketch.
Entitlement.
Entitlement.
Just gotta have it.
Yeah.
The entitlement that he had toward just the female body is...
That's what I mean.
Mind-boggling.
Yeah. A girlfriend wasn't enough. Like, you all should, be mine.
Yeah. A girlfriend wasn't enough. I also needed to have...
I'm actually seeing... And we won't get into this. We're not going to get into this, but you guys have a new president, and I have seen the entitlement leak out of people's profiles on, say, TikTok. The entitlement has just flooded.
Yeah, it's wild.
And it's quite alarming, I'd say.
It's alarming. We can get
from men. I'm saying entitlement from men
there,
when it comes to women and women's bodies and it's anyways.
Yeah,
Cody probably would have fit right into this category.
He would have been totally. He would have been a MAGA guy. Cody would have been a MAGA guy, and he's in jail and can't vote or ever go to the States or reap the benefits of Donald Trump's presidency. So that's one bonus to this.
Yes. Continue on.
November 27th, 2010. At approximately 9:45 p.m., rookie RCMP, Royal Canadian Mounted Police, officer Constable Aaron Keller observed Cody pull his truck onto BC Highway 27 from a remote logging road. And the way it's described is that, like, Officer Keller's vehicle and Cody's vehicle were driving parallel, like one on the highway and one on the back roads, and Cody was just like ripping it. He was gunning it. He was going quick. Keller was and at this time, Cody is only 19.
Okay.
Keller was in his early 20s, so this officer is in his early 20s and fairly new to the RCMP. He had been in his current position for only a year. So, like, really good hunch on his part.
Yeah, good for him.
According to the case report written by Keller, Cody's 2004 GMC pickup truck was driving erratically, and on a hunch, the officer pulled the vehicle over for a routine traffic stop. He was like, this car was going too fast.
Exponentially fast.
Yeah, let's see what's going on. He believed it was odd and suspicious that anyone would be on that road that late when it's that cold and frigid. Like, this is November in rural BC.
Yeah, going that fast.
It's not warm.
Yeah.
As well.
And you do not have to go to the bathroom that bad, so don't be using that as an excuse.
You do not have diarrhea, and I know that to be true. Mm-hmm. When the black truck, Cody's black truck, turned onto the highway from the logging road at such a high speed, he even, like, crossed lanes before adjusting into the proper lane. So he sort of fishtailed out.
Yeah.
Officer Keller suspected the driver of poaching in the backwoods, which, boo to poaching.
Yeah, boo.
Hunting is necessary.
Yes.
But boo to poaching.
Yeah.
Officer Keller didn't want to pull him over solo because he got like a bad feeling. He's like, I'm not doing this by myself. So he waited for a second RCMP officer, and that was Constable Sadu.
Okay.
And Constable Sadu met him for backup. Constable Sadu also did like the initial questioning when they're like initially arresting him, and I was listening to the interview tapes. He's funny.
Okay.
Like, I would never want to be arrested by this guy because he has no room for bullshit.
Okay.
Absolutely none. Cody tries to give him answers, and he's like, no, that doesn't make sense. Like, he doesn't say it like that, but do you know what I mean?
We love that
vibe.
though. We love that.
We love that. Not for myself
Not
personally.
for myself. Well, because we're not people like Cody.
That's right.
We need Constable Sadu for people like Cody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they followed the truck for about 10 minutes before pulling him over.
Okay.
After Cody pulled over and Keller was approaching the car, Cody had his arm out of the window holding his license and registration. Mm-hmm. Which was odd because usually drivers, when they're pulled over, are too nervous to think about having their documents ready.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. When you're pulled over, you're like, sorry, officer, what did I do?
It's almost like, let's get this over with. I got places to be. Mm-hmm. Here's my shit. Take it. Do what you got to do.
Totally. The entitlement.
The entitlement.
But this guy's not even rich. He doesn't come from a well-off family.
Right.
It's bizarre. Mm. Keller also noticed that Cody was only wearing shorts and a sweater, and that was odd to him because it was the dead of winter in northern BC.
Damn.
Temperatures were as low as minus 30 degrees.
I'm cold now, and we're like not even a fraction of that.
Yeah, we're not even close to winter.
We're not even close.
But I know a few gentlemen that wear shorts all winter long.
Yes, you always see one person wearing shorts in a blizzard or like
a vest.
A vest.
With a t-shirt underneath.
It's
like, I'm just hot.
I'm not going to lie. I usually see one of those people downtown, but like driving through. Yeah. I'm just like, ugh. And do they want to be wearing that? I don't know. Like, maybe they just don't have anything else to wear. But there was always that one kid in school too. Always. In high school.
Just that kid he had hot legs.
Hot legs. Yeah.
Keller, so he noticed he was wearing shorts and a sweater and was like, well, that's really cold. It's cold out for this. Then he noticed a small red smear on Cody's chin. It almost looked like a shaving cut.
Okay.
He also noticed what could be tiny drops of blood on his thighs. Mm-hmm. Then he spotted an open can of beer behind the driver's seat, which gave him just cause to search the vehicle.
Excellent.
He tells Cody that because he saw an open container of alcohol, he's going to have to search the truck without hesitation.
Love it.
Keller then noticed more blood on his leg and his shoe, and that the driver's mat was soaking wet.
Oh, wow.
Like just soaking with blood. They kept Cody contained in the back of one of their cop cars.
Okay.
While they were questioning and...
Smart.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And also they wanted to give him the idea that like he might go.
Yeah, like to kind of...
So he would answer their questions more easily.
Keep them on not their good side, but like, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, keep the rapport the energy. Keep like a good energy flowing.
Look, buddy, we
have to.
Yeah.
You know, we're just doing our jobs. The open beer, we're just
jobbing
doing
to be jobbing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got you.
Nobody wants to be doing this, bud, but
you got the beer can, we got to do it.
That's right. Both officers
And also, did you kill them?
Yeah. How many more?
Yeah.
Both officers said that upon searching Cody's truck, they discovered a multi-tool with different knife blades.
Ugh.
A Leatherman's tool is another word for it.
Is it like, that's making me think of like a switchblade kind of thing?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I believe.
Like a Swiss Army knife kind of thing?
Yes. But listeners, correct us if we're wrong.
Yeah, correct.
Correct us if we're wrong. I'm a city girl.
I can be corrected.
I can be corrected.
I can be corrected and take it
we
not
don't
personally.
think we're perfect.
Yeah.
One of the blades on the multi-tool had blood on it. When questioned, Cody replied he used it on a grouse earlier. And a grouse is a large game bird local to the area.
I was going to say he'd probably be smart to say something to do with animals. Hunting, yeah.
Oh, he blames it. So we should keep track of this.
Yes.
So this first thing he says is it's a grouse. They also found in the truck a wrench covered in blood, 2 crack pipes in the center console, a pack of mudslides, the drink. Mm-hmm. 2 were open and partly consumed, a 4-pack of White Russians.
Dang. It's a lot of creamy stuff.
I know, yeah, it's a lot
making me feel
you
like
can tell
I
he
have to go
19.
to the bathroom. Yeah, 19, exactly.
Mudslides and White Russians.
Oh my gosh.
As
That's
well,
funny.
yeah, he also had a monkey backpack and a wallet containing a children's hospital card bearing the name Lauren Leslie. When Cody was questioned about the blood on him, he said he was poaching and had clubbed a deer to death. Because I'm a redneck and that's what we do for fun. The truck did not contain a deer carcass. So now he said a grouse and a deer.
Right.
His story then changed again. This guy changes his story so many times. It's like right up into the trial, he's changing his story.
It's good for law enforcement because they're like, keep changing it up, but it's just making you, you're digging yourself a deeper hole.
The Crown's going to have a great case.
Yeah, I love
Jury's
it.
not going to believe a word you say. His story was that he was with his buddy Thomas and that Thomas shot the deer.
Okay.
They loaded the deer in Cody's truck and then drove back to Thomas's truck where they loaded the carcass into his truck, and he is somewhere with the carcass and his truck, and he was going to dump it somewhere.
That's reminding me of...
That's something like you tell your mom.
Over the pants.
I put the skirt over the pants.
Yes.
And you can always take it off and wear it as a cape.
Grey Gardens. Grey Gardens.
Grey Gardens. Everyone watch Grey Gardens.
But anyways,
Mother darling.
Mother darling.
Your wedding jewels, mother darling.
Oh, I love it. I'll never not love it.
I was thinking as well, this is the time of year 100 years ago when we went to Cuba.
Yep, Cuba. And oh my God, I also think of the true crime that could have happened. We are so fucking lucky.
We are so lucky.
We went off resort, like we were clubbing off resort with random Cuban staff / people /
But that Cuban staff member really saved us.
Yes.
Really got us off the hook for that bathrobe that we did not rip.
We didn't
you
rip
hear
the
that, Lynn?
Fucking bathrobe.
Mom? And the resort in Cayo Coco.
And we don't just have 60 pesos lying around to pay for
some bathrobe.
Yes.
Aren't you guys Canadian?
Yeah, well, we're from Manchester, Canada.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have 60 pesos. We'll just... you and I thought that was the best plan. Yeah. It was like, here's what we'll do. Kelsey, Rachel, don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it. Allie and I have got this. We're going to go talk to the front desk. We're not even going to involve my mother in this.
We've got it.
We're going to go on our own to the front desk. And the plan we had in our pocket, speak in British accents.
They might take us more seriously because a British accent maybe comes off as more sophisticated.
Right. And tell them that we don't have any money to pay for the robe.
But we also didn't rip it, like genuinely didn't rip it, so like we had that with us too. Like my anger was just next level. I was
so mad. The adults who kept coming, if you ripped it, you can just let us know. Girls, just tell us. They thought the four of us had made like a death pact around that robe. They were like if that robe was ripped by those four girls, they're on lock. Yeah. They're not going to tell us.
They're not going to tell us. And like meanwhile, it was a fucking ripped bathrobe that was hanging up
we just didn't
in our room that I had a shower, put on, noticed that it was ripped down the seam. The seam. It's like it wasn't even a rip. The seam was just open.
It was just an open seam. Yeah. And looking back, it's really funny just thinking like that those adults thought we just had like that level of like calculation. The level of calculation to
how am I ripping a fucking bathrobe?
Why were we doing that? We didn't do that.
What did we do to rip it too?
We didn't have scissors with us. You can't bring those on an airplane.
No, and there's no scissors in the room. And also, we just could have been murdered, and that's back to the beginning. Yeah, that was a definite sidetrack there.
And that was the story of Cuba. It was really fun though.
Yeah, we'll probably bring Cuba back into a few more episodes just to like, I don't know.
And shout out to Rachel and Kelsey. I know they both listen, so when you get to this episode, sup girls. Yeah,
there's probably so many more things that they could be thinking that we're missing right now to add into it, but
totally.
Good times.
Good times. Okay, we'll go back.
Continue.
They asked what the blood... So the officers asked Cody what the bloody wrench was for.
Gross. Deer. Now he's changing it again.
And he claimed the deer was not quite dead. So they used the pipe wrench to beat the deer out of its misery.
So redneck.
Yeah, so redneck.
My God.
Officers asked him if they tested the blood on the wrench and the knife, would it be animal or human blood? His story just seemed overall odd to the officers. When they asked why there was blood on the multi-tool / Leatherman's knife, he said they also cut the deer's throat. So now he's killed the grouse with the knife and he's clubbed the deer
to death. But
okay.
Also cut its neck?
Yeah.
Or throat, sorry.
Yeah. So officers arrested Cody under the Canadian Wildlife Act.
We like that too.
Love that. For poaching. On
nice.
the spot. They were like, fine. You literally admitted it to us. We got you for poaching. And then they called a conservation officer with animal tracking skills. Because remember, he's covered in blood.
Yeah.
So they're trying to track back to where this blood was coming from.
They're not giving up, which I love.
Absolutely. Kudos to these officers.
Yeah.
They asked him what he was doing so deep in the woods off a logging road, and he said his grandfather had told him about this spot and that he was checking it out.
Okay.
Late at night in the dark.
Like, what spot?
Yeah.
Late at night in the dark, like that you couldn't maybe even see better in the daytime.
Yeah.
Why at night?
Makes no
Sketch.
sense.
He's so dumb. Okay.
He's a real poo head.
Yeah, he's a poo-poo head, for sure.
So now they had a third officer join them, Officer Hill.
Okay.
Officer Hill, and this guy had tracking skills too. Officer Hill asked Cody if he was going to find anything suspicious, and Cody said no. He traced the tracks of Cody's vehicle up the road, and in the freshly fallen snow found footprints, blood splattered all in the snow, and a track that looked like someone had been dragged, leading to the remains of Lauren Dawn Leslie.
Wow.
Keller at one point after this discovery walkie or radios Hill. So Officer Hill went to track everything, and Keller stayed with Cody, and he like walkies him, and he's like, "Is it what we thought?" And Hill responded, "Worst case scenario."
That's sad.
So sad. She was partially
so gruesome.
It's horrible.
Okay.
She was partially buried near a gravel pit with her pants and underwear pulled down around her ankles.
So he had essayed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Her blonde hair was matted in blood. She had cuts on her neck, and her face was so badly beaten she was unidentifiable.
Wow.
Cody was 6'2" and 220 pounds and was arrested for first-degree murder at the scene.
That's a body, that can do damage.
That's a big...
it's a big guy.
Yeah. Constable Sadu read him his rights and told him he could contact a lawyer. And I listened to this interview.
Yeah.
Cody didn't want to talk to a lawyer. He wanted to call his dad.
Okay, go ahead.
He denies murdering Lauren, says he found her like that while he was being placed under arrest for murder. So now it was the grouse, it was the deer, and now he found her like that.
Wow.
He says he found the body and that he didn't kill her. After Cody's arrest in connection with Leslie's death,
right,
he was able to be linked by DNA analysis to the deaths of Jill Stacy Stachenko, Cynthia Frances Ma, and Natasha Lynn Montgomery.
My God.
You. Yeah, you. Still haunting the same old fast fashion? Time to dig up something better with Back from the Dead Goods, a Canadian small business where forgotten threads get a second life and sustainability meets spooky. This isn't just upcycled clothing. It's resurrected fashion with an eerie edge. Handpicked, reworked, and revived, every piece is as unique as a ghost story whispered at midnight. And because you're a part of the Canadian Creepies family, you get an exclusive deal. Use code Canadian Creepies at checkout for 10% off. Find them lurking on Instagram, Etsy, and Poshmark. Links are in the episode description. Give your wardrobe a second chance at life, if you dare. Hey creeps, it's Valerie here. And if you're anything like us, you love capturing a moment, whether it's spooky, sweet, or somewhere delightfully in between. Let me introduce you to our go-to for stunning shots, Darkroom Photography, based right here in the heart of the Niagara region. Mel, the brilliant eye behind the lens, is a lifestyle and creative photographer who brings a little bit of magic and maybe a touch of mystery to every session. She's got all her prices listed right on her website, super transparent, no tricks. And she runs killer seasonal specials around Mother's Day, Halloween, Christmas, and more. I'm telling you, her Halloween sessions, creepy perfection. So, if you're in the Niagara area and looking to capture memories that are hauntingly beautiful, hit up Mel at mel@darkroomphotography.ca or check out her work at www.darkroomphotography.ca. That's Darkroom Photography, where your memories come to life, even in the dark. Looking for your next obsession? The Creators Collective Podcasts is your gateway to the dark, the chilling, and the downright fascinating. We're a community of independent podcasts with one goal: to share the best in true crime, paranormal tales, folklore, and unexplained mysteries. Whether you crave cold cases that won't stay closed, haunted histories that refuse to be forgotten, or stories that make you sleep with the lights on, there's a show waiting for you in the collective. And when you join us, you're not just listening to one podcast. You're stepping into a world of creators who love this stuff as much as you do. Check out the Creators Collective today. Follow the link in our show notes to discover your next favorite podcast. We'll be waiting for you. Support reproductive justice in Niagara. Niagara Reproductive Justice is a grassroots collective based in the Niagara region of Ontario, working to increase visibility and access to sexual and reproductive health care. They support people seeking abortion and other essential care by offering transportation, financial assistance, logistical help, and emotional support. Here's how you can help. You can make a one-time donation. Send an e-transfer to niagarareproductivejustice@gmail.com. Your support helps cover costs like gas for volunteer drivers, overnight stays, childcare, and other urgent needs. You can also support monthly via Patreon. Join their Patreon and support the cause month to month. It's patreon.com/Niagara Reproductive Justice. And you can volunteer your time. NRJ is always looking for volunteers to help with driving, outreach, admin support, and community organizing. If you're looking to make a real impact in the Niagara region, this is a great place to start. Contact them via email or DM them on Instagram or Facebook to learn more. You can find them on Instagram at Niagara Reproductive Justice and on Facebook at Niagara Reproductive Justice. Help amplify access to reproductive care right here in our own backyard. Whether you donate, volunteer, or spread the word, you're a part of the movement.
And it's like, I love when they deny something like that too, where it's obvious. It's like, buddy, DNA is gonna, they'll connect you.
This was 2010.
Yeah, and
2009.
you're obviously sloppy. Like, they're going to connect you. So, I mean, keep digging yourself. I mean, this is the same thing. You're just digging. This is awesome.
Right.
For law enforcement.
This case really worked out for law enforcement.
It really did. We love that because it's not often that I feel like it does.
It's not.
No.
Jill Stachenko was a 35-year-old mother of 6.
Damn.
She had 4 boys and 2 girls.
Yeah, heartbreaking.
It's so sad. She was last seen October 9th, 2009. And she was found on October 20th, 2009 in a gravel pit on the outskirts of Prince George. Forensic analysis revealed she had died from a head injury, skull fracture, and had 3 major bruises on her brain. Much of her body was covered in bruises.
Dang.
Including her arms, which indicated she put up a good fight.
Good for her.
The amount of blood loss was so extreme that the pathologist had a hard time getting enough blood for a sample at the autopsy.
Wow.
There was also strong evidence of a sexual assault.
Pathetic. Scumbag.
I
would imagine that, like, your instincts would automatically kick in to hopefully fight back.
Oh, yeah.
Whether you were absolutely restrained to the point that you couldn't, but you would still be, like, moving in a way that, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. You would be, it's fight or flight at that point.
Yeah, that's what's interesting to me, what your body will do or how it will react to, like, blunt force trauma. Like, we should go into
that. Would be cool.
I'm just interested in it. Like,
I'm interested too. And you know what? We have a friend, Kyle and I have a friend who's a mortician. I was thinking about having her on.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Listeners, let us know. Do you want to hear that?
Yes,
in the
a little
work
more
anyway.
insight into
How, because I know there are, like, with Morbid, Elena is
Yes.
she's a mortician.
yes.
So
Morbid's great.
they have some, we love Morbid.
Yeah.
They have some episodes about that, but we could have different processes here in Canada. Like what happens to a body after.
I bet you we do.
So it might be neat to
Compare.
and even just discuss
I'm
that.
down for it. 100%.
I'm also down. Also, I'd like to know, like, the history of, like,
Me too.
that of the industry in Canada.
Me too. How it's changed.
Yes.
Like what you could get away with too. Like by
Well, I know
don't
they
know.
used to, like, like back in the day when they would take the organs out, they would pack the body with, because if you take all your organs out, you just, like,
yeah, you're floppy.
you're floppy.
Yeah, you're floppy.
So they just would pack you with newspaper.
Interesting.
Yeah. But that's not best practices anymore.
I don't think so.
At the time, they took a DNA sample and made a profile. So at the time of Jill's death, when the pathologist had a hard time getting that blood sample, they took a DNA sample and made a profile of an unknown male.
What did it resemble?
We'll get back to that.
Okay.
Jill was an addict and a sex worker, which is what would have made her more vulnerable to an attack from Cody. That is the only reason I say that. She was happy and bubbly and wanted to be a famous singer and was described as a good singer. I found an article that is linked to my sources that describes a relationship Jill had built with a one-time customer named Jim Giller. Jim Giller.
Yeah.
He actually testified at the trial.
Okay.
Jim had paid for Jill's services one time and eventually became her sort of caregiver because she struggled to overcome her drug addiction.
Okay.
When Jim decided to contact her for a second time, it was genuinely to help her get off the street. So he used her services one time and then he couldn't stop thinking about her. He was so worried about her. He contacted her again.
Okay.
I'm going to quote Jim. So he said, she would pass out for 18 to 20 hours. I would go to work and come back and find her head exactly on the same pillow as she had been left there.
So cold.
She would wake up after that time and be extremely hungry. So we would cook something together and go down to the lake for a swim. After that, and I would leave her alone in the sunroom with her books, and the books she was reading were always self-help books.
Ugh.
After
Bless her.
3 or 4 days, she would get the itch and make her way back to Prince George to get back into that cycle again. She was also known to be in an on-again, off-again abusive relationship with the father of 2 of her children. This background information solidifies how vulnerable she was, especially in BC, where serial killers seem to be a dime a dozen.
Mm-hmm.
They're just breeding serial killers out in BC. Natasha Lynn Montgomery was 23 years old and a mother of 2. She was last seen August 31st or early September 1st, 2010. Her body has never been found, but her DNA was later found in samples taken at Cody's apartment. Luann Montgomery, who's Natasha's mother, described her daughter Natasha as a beautiful person inside and out. Natasha was from a First Nations family. She had a bit of a rough life. Her father had been in and out of prison, and she became an addict at only 17.
That's so young.
However, she always had a huge smile. When she was in the room, everyone knew she was there. She had a huge bubbly personality. She was friendly to everyone and always found a way to make you feel good. It is confirmed that Natasha was a sex worker and did struggle with addiction. She had been known to hang out with Cody and his friend on numerous occasions. So she was like buddies with Cody. They would chill. Natasha grew up in a nurturing home and was raised to be a loving person. She played softball and figure skated for years and graduated from high school. She also liked to draw, scrapbook, play the clarinet, trumpet, sing, and do other crafts. Natasha was so talented. It's so sad to think that this life was just ripped away
Yeah.
from this earth.
Yeah.
Just too soon.
So young.
So young. She also liked to camp with her family. And on those camping trips, she enjoyed tubing, hiking, and quadding. Who doesn't? Those activities are great.
So fun, yeah.
Her family now do those things in her honor. She lived in a town called Quesnel, but was in Prince George when she had been released in August 2010 from the Prince George Correctional Facility. At the time of her murder, she had been sober for her children.
That's heartbreaking.
It's awful. Her mom reported her missing a month after her release date. So from my understanding, she got out of prison in Prince George, told her mom, okay, I'm making my way back to Quesnel, but it's far from Prince George to Quesnel and along the Highway of Tears. So she on her route to get home came across Cody, I suppose.
Wait, was she friends with him?
And she was friends with him. So maybe she called him for a ride.
Yeah, or in passing, they were like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, we know each other.
Yeah, that could have happened,
and he abused that, too. Fuck him.
Totally.
What a dick.
Since her body has never been found, but blood was found all through Cody's apartment, her mother has never gotten closure.
That is the worst.
So sad.
No body, no closure. Especially when you hear of other families being able to at least bury or the body's found, and you can't do any of those things.
Yeah, you just have no idea where your loved one is. They're just gone.
That's next level.
Cynthia Frances Ma was 35 years old and last seen September 10th, 2010. Her body was found in a Prince George Park, L.C. Gunn Park, the following month. The park was a place where sex trade workers frequented and was also a place where drug deals were often made. A neighbor of the park who lived along the tree line started noticing a rotting smell and eventually stumbled upon Cynthia's body.
Ooh.
Her pants were pulled down to her ankles, her body was dragged, and she had fractured her ribs. She died from blunt force trauma to the head and penetrating wounds. She had a hole in her shoulder blade, a broken jaw, cheekbone, and injuries to her neck consistent with someone stomping on it.
Dang.
Her voice box had been punctured with a sharp object. Her fingers had also been broken, which, similar to Jill, were most likely defensive injuries.
Yeah.
I mean, these girls fought.
They really fought, because I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, what? Like, why do you have to go to that degree?
Yeah, no, they were fighting.
Good for them.
Good for, yeah, she, like, I mean, he had to have walked away with some scratches.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Would he have even, like, I feel like the adrenaline on, like, would he have even felt? But it's like, my God, he's a big guy. Like, the damage, like, the stomping, like, why?
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah.
Judy Ma, who's the sister of Cynthia, described her sister as a resilient woman who, against all odds, graduated from a private school. Cynthia was from a First Nations family and was described by her sister as having some struggles. At one point, Cynthia decided she was going on a field trip to China with the Christian Academy to deliver Bibles, which opened her up to other types of struggles. Cynthia was born with an unidentified disability and was therefore the most vulnerable to those that preyed on such people. Judy described her sister, aptly nicknamed Cindy, as an innocent. You know those people in our lives that, like, this person isn't, like, Cassidy is an innocent.
Yes.
Yeah. She had dreams and aspirations for her life. However, she fell victim to drugs when a family member introduced her to them.
Right.
I guess her uncle was like, these will make you feel good.
Yeah.
And when you're an innocent and you just believe, like, your uncle, your family is supposed to keep you safe.
Yeah.
So sad.
So freaking sad.
She truly believed that everyone had everyone's best interests at heart because she did. She was very trusting. Even when her addiction took her to the streets, Cindy would continue to call her family and attend Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous meetings. So she was, like, active in recovery.
To abuse that, like, you're just next level sadistic.
Yeah, there's a special
place in hell.
Yeah. She was an addict who really wanted to change her life. Like, she wasn't happy she was an addict. She was really struggling with her recovery and really wanting to get clean. At one point, she sent a message to her niece, Judy's oldest daughter, apologizing that she wasn't the auntie that she wanted to be.
That's so sad.
It's so sad. Ugh. Portrayed as drug addicts and and sex trade workers during the trial from the defense.
Mm-hmm.
From the victim impact statements, these women were able to be described as who they really were, which were mothers, sisters, and aunts whose warmth and laughter are to this day profoundly missed.
Yeah. All they have are their memories.
That's right. The Crown had stated that Cody was a cocaine addict and often would use sex workers to get him the drug.
So he used them to get what he wanted and then took from them.
And then killed them.
And took their... Wow, what an entitled POS.
He's a POS. He's a piece of shit.
Piece of baked doo-doo.
Lauren Dawn Leslie, who was 15 years old, so that who we were talking about, her case.
Right, yes,
a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
She was far younger than the other victims. She allegedly met Cody online at the website Nexopia.
Right.
She was legally blind, having one eye completely blind and 50% vision in the other. Lauren is included in the list of murder victims found along the Highway of Tears in northern British Columbia. Donna Leslie, Lauren's mother, stated in her victim impact statement that since Lauren's passing, she'd lost her mind. Which I think, as you would.
Yes.
Donna also said, "The best years of my life were when I was raising my young kids. I had a very supportive husband so I could stay home with them. I have wonderful memories of that time. Losing Lauren has basically destroyed them. I'm shattered, heartbroken, and will never be the same." Lauren's father, Doug Leslie, described her as a fun-loving, innocent little girl who he thinks about every day. Lauren's parents were divorced, but they successfully co-parented. She was 5'8", with a slender build, brown eyes, and long, blonde, wavy hair. Due to her height, she looked more mature for her age. She never let her eyesight get in the way, and she coped with it well. She was described as sensitive, caring, compassionate, and full of life. She always wanted people to be treated fairly and spoke up when they weren't. She enjoyed water activities like boating and tubing with her father, as well as swimming. Overall, she was seen as a normal girl who was genuinely happy and upbeat. One of Lauren's online friends from Nexopia even testified in the trial that Lauren was one of their best friends, even though they had never met in person. Lauren had always been there for them and had even talked this person out of committing suicide. At around 8 p.m. the night of the murder, Lauren told her mother she was going to meet a girlfriend for coffee. It's so sad because it's just so rooted in innocence. When you're that's what you do when you're a teenager. Especially a teenage girl, you feel nervous about going to meet a boy, and you lie to your parents about going to meet a boy, and then you go meet a boy.
You leave out details that,
you go meet a boy, and it's fun and exciting, and
it's why my mom never wanted me to hang out on Roehampton.
That's right. Yeah. Her mom told her to be careful and to be home by 1 a.m. 1 a.m. at 15. My goodness.
Mine was 10:30, 11.
Yeah.
That was late.
As we now know, she was not going to meet a girlfriend, and she was going to meet Cody. Lauren was so sweet on Nexopia. She was just trying to make friends. Cody's chats with Lauren always begun by asking her inappropriate questions, but Lauren was not interested, so she never responded to those questions. She would just sidestep them.
Yeah.
The night of her murder, they chatted back and forth and eventually decided they would meet at her high school.
Okay.
Cody asked her not to tell anyone, and Lauren said, "Well, we're just hanging out, right? Nothing sexual?" And Cody never responded to that question, but went on to say he was driving a black pickup truck and wearing shorts.
Okay.
He also asked Lauren if she wanted him to pick up drinks, and she said yes and requested chocolate mudslides. Oh, it's so sweet.
So sweet.
We used to do this.
They're so but I mean,
just
how old was she here?
She's 15 and he was 19.
Do you think you could pick up red flags? Because I feel at 15.
No, I couldn't pick up a single red flag at 15.
Yeah. But I mean, if someone was nothing sexual, right? And then they didn't respond, I feel I'd be right?
Maybe.
Or maybe not. I don't
Depends,
know.
maybe if-
That's my question, is like, but then again, when you just are in that blissful, innocent kind of just like wanting to hang out with a boy, like whatever.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I'll just say no if I'm, you know.
Exactly. Ugh.
So sad.
Yeah.
The timeline with all their chats all adds up with the pickup at the school, his description, and a description of the car. An officer drove up from Vancouver to do the interrogation after his arrest because Cody was not talking. They made small talk for 2 hours in an effort for the officer to get him to let his guard down. And I listened to some of this interview as well, and it's like, you want to pull your teeth out. It's so annoying because he's like, no. He's just shut. It's like they literally make small talk.
He's scum.
He had a wild story for officers, claiming he had found the wallet, the backpack, and the wrench on a trail. Like, he had just found them.
Sure.
And that he followed the drag marks and came across the body of Lauren. He rolled her over and saw she was dead. He got scared and ran away. He argued it was simply a case of bad timing, claiming he took items from the crime scene. If what he said was true, there would be 3 sets of footprints in the snow, and there were only 2.
Okay.
He said his DNA was on her and vice versa from rolling her over. It's like he has an answer for everything,
Yeah,
you know?
what about inside her? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. How did it get inside her then, dummy?
Yeah.
It was a very long interrogation of the officer chipping away at him, trying to get him to talk. Lauren and Cynthia Ma were positioned eerily similar, and Cynthia's body was found 7 weeks before Lauren's in LC Gun Park. The officer didn't think Lauren was his first murder. So because of these other things that had been going on, the officer was like, I don't think that like this guy did this accidentally just for the first time.
Right.
Eventually, Cody admitted to knowing Lauren via Nexopia and how they had met 2 months earlier and would text each other as friends. And he admitted to meeting Lauren the night of the murder. According to Cody, they drank alcohol and had sex in his truck. Afterward, they decided to go for a ride and talk. It's like, no, you probably didn't let her out of the truck and then you raped her.
Yeah. And she struggled.
Yeah, and it was literally the worst time, and she was terrified.
Yeah.
He claimed he wanted to go off-roading and turned down an old logging road.
Yeah, to bury her.
Yeah. Next, he alleges that Lauren started slapping herself in the face, yelling about hating her life, and demanding he stop the truck. And when he stopped the truck, she jumped out and started hitting herself in the face with a wrench that she found in the truck.
What?
She also used a knife to stab herself during this fit.
Yeah, okay, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that's right. He claimed in his interrogation that he had a family who loved him and a girlfriend of 5 months, and that him and his girlfriend are going to spend the rest of their lives together. He denied any involvement in Cynthia's murder as well.
Just admit it, bud. Like, just at that point, just you can't even.
You're done.
Yeah,
you're cooked.
You're cooked, and it's like you're so cowardly that you can't even. Like, you weren't cowardly when you beat the shit out of them, raped them, and killed them.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna
own
be
up
like,
to it.
Own up to it is what I'm exactly.
Be a big man.
Be a big man. You fucking made your bed.
He said, "I don't pick up hookers. I don't do that." It's like, buddy, you were friends with them, and that's fine. And hooker's a slur. Don't say that.
Yeah.
He also said her pants were down from when he dragged her after she killed herself via the knife and the wrench.
Like, what? So absurd.
Cody then changed his story.
Again. Okay, here we go.
To that they had sex on the logging road, and as she was pulling up her pants, she started to scream and freak out. He said she obviously had problems.
Yeah, she did, bud.
Yeah, she had the problems.
What a douche. I mean, these aren't even good.
No, these aren't even good stories.
No.
These aren't believable at all. Preliminary forensics found that because of the angle and force of the wrench to her face, it is impossible for that, like, because of the angle, it was impossible.
Who's hitting themselves in the face with a wrench out of frustration?
Yeah. A human arm and hand don't bend at the angle required for Lauren to have hit herself in the force in which required the injuries that she had, let alone stab herself in the neck with a knife.
I mean, like, slapping one's face is one thing to be like, oh, like but then I feel like one little hit by the wrench, you'd be like, ow, okay, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, your body like doesn't
yeah,
let you.
no, exactly. Okay.
He kept denying, saying he knew that he didn't kill her, and he blamed her for hitting herself in the face.
Yeah, stop hitting yourself. So yeah,
that's exactly. He was like, yeah. Eventually, Cody's girlfriend, Amy, shows up at the interrogation because he was with her the night of the murder.
Okay.
So she fell asleep while they were together. And that's when he messaged Lauren. And that's when they made a plan, and he bopped off to the LCBOBC, I wrote. Liquor Control.
I
wrote the LCBOBC because Liquor Control Board of British Columbia.
Oh, okay.
I don't actually know what it's called out there.
Cute.
Then to the high school to meet Lauren. Amy went home, and when he didn't show up for work and she couldn't get in touch with him, she drove past his house and saw the cop cars there. So she approached them, and the police brought her in, hopeful that she could get him to tell the truth. Imagine you're just like, where the fuck is my boyfriend? And you drive past his house, and then you're like, hi.
Yeah. What's going on?
I'm the girlfriend of Cody Legebokoff.
Yes. We're supposed to go out for dinner. Yes, Daisy.
She didn't like that voice.
Cody.
Daisy doesn't like Cody. Daisy doesn't like Cody.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the interview, Cody admits to doing cocaine before meeting up with Lauren.
Huh.
And Amy was absolutely done after that.
Okay.
Because Cody told her he had only smoked weed and never did hard drugs.
Okay.
Amy stormed out and broke up with him on the spot. After more forensics proved that you are physically incapable of stabbing yourself and hitting yourself in the head with a wrench multiple times until you die.
Yes.
Cody changed his story again. He admitted he hit Lauren with a wrench once or twice after she had beaten herself.
Why?
He got scared and hit her on the head to try and put her out of her misery.
Like the deer? Okay.
He had only hit her after she hurt herself.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? He's jokes.
I can't even
fathom with these.
Then the cops asked again about Cynthia due to the similarities. And told him they were going to do more DNA testing. When they searched his house for blood,
how much did they find?
It was literally everywhere.
Everywhere.
Including the dining room ceiling.
Wow.
But that blood didn't belong to Lauren.
Huh.
It belonged to 3 other unknown victims.
Wow.
Well, we know the victims now, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, at the time, yeah.
When Cody was arrested, they analyzed his data. That's how I wrote it. They analyzed his data, his body data.
That's good.
They ran it through the system, and of course, he matched to the unknown male profile they'd gotten from Jill's murder.
Okay.
And at the time of Jill's murder, Cody didn't have a criminal record, so there was nothing to match it to. So now this unknown DNA profile is being matched to...
Actually, my DNA's there because my grandma told me to, and I had to go pick up groceries, and then she stabbed hers.
And then my grandma stabbed herself in the neck, and... What?
Me moo.
Yeah. Bloodstains found on Cody's apartment floor, and the blood soaked all the way through the couch were a match to Jill. They also found Cody's DNA under one of Jill's fingernails. Slay, Jill, slay. Cynthia's blood was not found in any of the same samples as Jill's, but there was an axe in the apartment with her blood on it, as well as on a sweater and a sock found in Cody's truck. This guy was so careless. He just had blood everywhere.
So careless, and had a story for everything. Like, he is so dumb.
He pulls out cue cards. Oh, hold on one sec.
Yeah, 1 sec, but oh yeah, wait, who are we talking about right now? Wait, which one? Not that there is a one, but which one?
Forensic tests on the shorts Cody was wearing on the night of his arrest contained Natasha's DNA. So the night he killed Lauren, he was wearing the same shorts he did when he killed Natasha.
Wow, grubby too.
Natasha's DNA was also found on Cody's hoodie, bed sheets, stains on the wall, floor, curtains, bath mat, comforter, and an axe.
Oh my God.
This is wild. Special chemicals also uncovered blood stains on the dining room floor with Cody's footprint in the middle of it.
Excellent.
Over 100 blood splatter stains were found on the wall, baseboard, and ceiling, and all of them belonged to Natasha.
But no, like, I was trying to help her.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's period blood.
Yeah. Yeah, period blood. Yeah, officer.
Cody's trial on 4 counts of first-degree murder was originally scheduled to begin in September 2013, but was delayed a month until October and then again until June 2014. It was almost 4 years between his arrest and the beginning of the trial. So he was 19 when he committed the crime. So like the defense were like, oh, he was just like a teenager. But by the time they got to trial, he was like almost a 25-year-old man and probably looked like an almost 25-year-old man.
Right.
Cody's lawyer applied to have the trial moved from Port George to Vancouver because of all the like media coverage it was getting in Port George, and that application was denied.
Okay.
Lauren Leslie's dad spoke on how he could not identify his daughter due to the extent of her facial injuries. She was first identified from her wrist tattoo.
It's so sad.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
During the cross-examination, Cody's lawyer was asking Doug, who's Lauren's dad, about Lauren's mental health, trying to solidify the claim that she killed herself with the wrench and knife. Doug admitted that Lauren was known to bouts of depression, but she was not psychotic, bipolar, or suicidal.
Yes.
An expert on forensic pathology also testified that Lauren had died from blows to the side of the head and a puncture wound to the side of the neck, and the injuries could not have been self-inflicted.
Right.
The court also heard from experts who did the autopsies on Jill and Cynthia.
Okay.
About Jill, he testified significant force had been used to receive the wounds she had on her head, and that in his opinion the wounds would have been caused by 2 different weapons. He also saw bruising on her arms that suggested she had tried to defend herself, which we know because Cynthia's a bad bitch. She was wicked. That was Jill. Everyone defended themselves. They're all bad bitches.
Yeah.
Good bad bitches.
Good bad bitches.
Baddies. About Cynthia, he testified that although her body had been badly decomposed, he said that like Jill, she had suffered more than 24 violent blows from 2, possibly 3 different weapons. And she also had bruising on her arms that were consistent with defending herself in the attack.
Okay.
Cody's former girlfriend, Amy, the queen, she was like, you do cocaine? I am done with you, sir.
Yeah.
She also testified.
Wow. We love her for that.
We love her for that. You go, girl. Amy's a girl's girl.
Yeah, she is a girl's girl. We need more of those.
She testified that she noticed stains in various locations in Cody's apartment, but he was always able to explain them away.
Yeah. Which, in her defense, I mean, if I'm in love with someone...
Yeah, totally.
But
Amy,
if he was...
And you're 19...
Who knows? And maybe in like lies like that, he was able to come up with more believable things than what he was coming. Because totally. I'm like looking at this guy like
he was like, I made Caesars.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
For our American listeners,
because this guy sounded pretty fucking dumb. Otherwise,
yeah, he's really dumb. Another person to testify was a blood splatter analyst who was an RCMP officer named Sergeant Beverly Zaporizan.
Okay.
Who was also the analyst for the Robert Pickton case.
Nice.
Right? She did a blood stain analysis taken from Cody's clothes, apartment, and other relevant items. The results of her analysis, together with DNA results, tied Cody to all 4 murder victims.
Excellent.
Like unequivocally.
Wow.
The judge and 12 jurors heard testimony from 93 crowned witnesses and the defendant. He pleaded not guilty to all 4 counts.
Okay.
And he testified during the trial that he was involved of 3 of the deaths, but claimed that he did not commit the killings.
Oh my God,
we have another story coming up.
Then who did? Cody.
He alleged that a drug dealer...
Okay.
Who did, Cody? He alleged that a drug dealer and 2 accomplices, whom he would only name as X, Y, and Z, were the actual murderers.
X, Y, and Z.
His lawyer asked questions about his childhood, and like this was obviously in an effort to garner sympathy from the jury. And Cody said he started drinking at age 13 and smoking weed. And when he lived with the girls he claimed that they hosted many parties and met hundreds of people.
Okay.
At one of these parties is where he met X. Which confused absolutely everyone at the trial because nobody so far had heard of this X character.
Maybe when he drank, it was alcoholic Cody.
Yeah.
X is actually him.
Yeah, X
just
is his
another
alter ego.
Alter ego, yeah. Okay.
He said due to his involvement in the crime, he would be going to jail and wouldn't snitch on the other participants of the crime because he knows that people who rat to cops don't have a great reputation in prison. Pretty sure sex offenders don't have a great reputation in prison either.
Yeah, you're not going to do well either way, buddy.
Cody then went on to explain things. Here we go. X, Y, and Z were drug dealers at the parties, and Jill arrived with one of them. Cody said he had sex with Jill because she wasn't an ugly person.
Okay. Real mature, bud.
Yeah. Afterward, one of the dealers told Cody that Jill had to die because she owed a lot of money. So she was bludgeoned in Cody's apartment because of this. He also helped put her body in the back of the pickup truck and cleaned where her body had been. For the next 10 months, he continued to hang out with those dealers and host parties, and no incidents happened for 10 months. Then at one house party, X, Y, and Z showed up again, this time with Cynthia Ma. And once again, Cody was told that she had to die. So he said he heard a snap and a thud and then saw Cynthia lying on the ground.
Okay.
He then took the dealers and Cynthia's body to his truck to Elsie Gunn Park. When they got there, they realized she wasn't dead, so Cody gave the pickaxe tool in his truck to one of the drug dealers and they finished the job. And the story
so
for
absurd.
It's bizarre.
It's bizarre.
The story for Natasha is basically the same thing. According to Cody, X, Y, and Z or Z arrive at his apartment with Natasha and told him she had to die, then asked Cody for a saw. He did not watch as they dismembered her body, as they had done with Jill. They got in the truck and hid the body. Cody's lawyer clearly failed miserably to humanize his client. No matter the question...
There's no humanizing needed.
Yeah, Cody is not a human.
He's not.
No matter the question asked, Cody always came off as cold.
Yeah, as he would. Okay.
Yeah. The prosecution reminded the jury of Cody's propensity to lie to the police and change his story to suit his narrative. They also went into the inconsistencies from the evidence and his story. Like, the evidence doesn't match the story, bud.
Right.
Prosecutors also knew this was all a ploy for him to not be labeled as a sex offender, as he thought that was beneath him, despite the fact that he had actually sexually assaulted 4 women.
Wow.
They were also like, you know, the prosecutors are funny. They were also like, you know, you didn't know those drug dealers for very long. I highly doubt you were able to build up the trust to have them murder 3 women in front of you at your own apartment.
And then just like let you go about your day, not being involved whatsoever, other than, you know, seeing, like, they would have taken care of him too.
Yeah, totally.
You know, like, you're a loose end.
Yeah. The prosecution... There were never any other DNA found other than Cody's and the victims. So that also disproves that theory. Yeah.
Okay.
No Z. No other DNA. The prosecution suggested that the attacks were motivated by the women rejecting Cody's sexual advances. Yeah. Which tracks.
He was probably a fucking creep.
He was probably a creep.
Weird as
Total
shit.
Creep.
Yeah.
Prosecutors did not accept Cody's attempt to plead to the lesser guilty of second-degree murder.
Okay.
So they were charging him with first-degree murder, which is intentional killing with premeditation.
Yes.
And he wanted second-degree murder, which is a deliberate killing that occurs without planning and does not fall under the categories of first degree. Lauren Leslie's family took comfort in knowing that their daughter was the case that ended a serial killer's career.
Wow.
They're like, they take some small comfort in that, which is really nice.
That's good.
It was obvious in the patterns of death that he was ramping up his killing activity and would have continued had he not been caught.
Wow.
Elliot Layton, a forensic anthropologist and expert on serial killers, later pointed out the rarity of such a young killer as well. Yeah. The vast majority of serial killers are between 25 and 55. and he was only 19.
19. That could also like have something to do with his sloppiness. I mean, you're young.
Totally.
You're not an expert. You're just...
Yeah, and also when you're 19, like, you're just, like, not that clean.
You're not that clean. Yeah, exactly.
And you're a boy. You're just stinky.
It all worked against him, fortunately.
Yeah. After a 3-month trial, the jury deliberated for less than a day. As the verdict was read, Cody gave no reaction. BC Supreme Court Justice praised Constable Keller for following his gut and dismissed Cody's fabricated stories. And he said, and I quote, "These are not the actions of a simple killer, but of something infinitely worse. He lacks a shred of empathy, of remorse. He should never be allowed to walk among us again."
Good.
He is eligible to apply for parole in 25 years.
Oh, he can even apply.
Everybody can in Canada.
So. Oh, yeah, in Canada, that's right.
Also, because of something called the Faint Hope Clause, which was written into our criminal code, applying to all cases where inmates are serving life sentences, he can apply for parole in 2025.
Wow.
But that just means apply for parole.
Yeah.
The parole board will likely keep him locked up.
I wonder how it would have gone if he was a juvenile.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good at like...
It's good, yeah.
Yeah. So on September 11th, 2014, Cody was convicted on all 4 counts of first-degree murder.
Okay.
And then on September 16th, Cody was sentenced to life in prison with no parole for 25 years. But like I said, because of that faint hope clause, he can maybe, you know, if he decides to. It's going to depend on, you know, also like, we will have to follow up on that.
Yeah.
In February 2015, Cody filed an appeal due to the decisions against the change of venue and his legal representation. So he applied for an appeal to be like, you guys didn't change my venue. And in 2016, all 3 judges in the BC Court of Appeal case endorsed the original judge's decision, saying that like it doesn't... So he was arguing he wanted his like case to be moved to Vancouver because there would be less media coverage. But the judges were like, this media coverage has been all throughout BC, so it doesn't matter where the case is going to be. Everybody's heard of you.
Right.
Cody was originally imprisoned at the Kent Institution.
Okay.
But was transferred in March 2019 to the Warkworth Institution, a medium security prison in Brighton, Ontario.
Brighton, okay.
According to the families of the victims, none of them were notified of this transfer.
Wow.
As well, this transfer did not sit well with the missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls advocates and First Leaders Nations.
Fair enough.
Grand Chief Stuart Phillips of the Union of BC Indian Chiefs said, "It's absolutely shocking that they would reduce his security measures to medium security," calling it a slap in the face to the...
It is.
Totally. Missing women, you know.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Final tab. The Legebokoff case is covered in the 2015 documentary Highway of Tears. So we should watch that.
We really should. I'm intrigued.
Floridian writer. So this is, I guess I should have prefaced this by saying this is the popular culture impacts this case has had. So it was covered in the Highway of Tears documentary in 2015. Mm-hmm. And a Floridian writer named J.T. Hunter profiled Cody in the book The Country Boy Killer, The True Story of Cody Legebokoff, Canada's Teenage Serial Killer, published in 2015. Yeah. That was only like a year. They only took them a year to write that book.
That's insane.
This case was also the subject of the episode Virtual Hitchhiking.
Okay.
In season 7, episode 3 of the investigative discovery series Web of Lies.
Web of Lies.
So now you know, if you watch Web of Lies, season 7, episode 3, that was inspired by a Canadian case.
That is insane. What a crazy case.
What a crazy case.
Great job, Val.
Thanks.
Great job. That was a lot of hard work there for research.
It was more than I thought, but also I didn't hate it.
No, it's very interesting. I was engaged the whole time. I just can't even, yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be one of our longer episodes.
Worth every second.
Still
trying to process it.
Yeah, it was a lot.
What a dumbass. And I'm so glad that he was caught. And I'm so glad that he essentially got himself caught because he's fucking dumb.
Agreed.
And yes, we'll have to look up on, or 2025. We'll have to, I don't know.
keep an eye on that
Just
case.
make a note to just keep an eye on it.
I put it in my calendar.
See how the appeal goes.
For sure. And then update.
Yeah.
In season 2 of Canadian Creepies, we'll come back with a Cody Legebokoff update.
Like, and your whole life just gone.
See ya later. Well, you took 4 women's lives.
Yeah, but I just mean, like, it was worth it for him to, like, do the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know the risk. I mean, even at 19, even if you're not all there, it's like, you know that you're committing something that could potentially put you away for life. Yeah. And you still did it. So it's like, you risk, like, that's just such a risk that, like, you know.
Yeah. That, and also just, like, the lack of consideration for human life at all.
Yeah. Sociopathic tendencies.
Definitely.
Wow.
Well, thanks for you can follow us on Instagram at Canadian Creepies. You can send us, we want to hear from you. We want to hear the stories you want to hear. We want to hear your paranormal stories and share them.
Yeah, give us some feedback if you have any, and rate us if you want to support us. Any type of support is great. Even if 3 to 5 star rating would be amazing.
Yeah, give us between 3 and 5 stars. That would be great.
Yeah,
anywhere you listen to podcasts.
I'm happy being a B+ student. Okay,
totally. We're average people do average things.
Yeah, but
I don't know what that means.
I don't either, but I
it
love
wasn't
it.
an insult.
No, it's fine.
We're not average.
We're not average.
But there's even if we were, there's nothing wrong.
We're trying though, okay?
Yeah, we're trying.
We're trying. We're trying really hard.
We're trying really hard. I don't know if I like podcasting. Yeah. Well, I think I will.
Actually really like podcasting right now. I don't know if I like Canadian Creepies. Actually, I think I'm starting to really like Canadian Creepies.
Canadian Creepies.
Hopefully you're saying that you really like us.
Hopefully. I'm Valerie.
And I'm Alerie. And we are
Canadian.
This is the end, not the beginning. We are Canadian Creepies. Good job. Thank you to Kyle McDonald for editing and composing our theme song.